डाल डॉलर का है डाल So, good morning to one and all over here. And I'm very glad and happy to welcome you all in New Delhi World Book Fair 2025. And one of the very important events which is going to take place today and tomorrow. And that's nothing but New Delhi Rights Table. All of you must be aware that New Delhi World Book Fair is the largest B2C book fair in the world. And we have continuously trying to increase the quality and participation across the countries and within India. Number of publishers from India with different languages they are participating over here, and almost 50 plus countries are also participating in this book fair. But when there is a book fair of B2C nature, it is actually the authors reaching to the readers through their book. But that is the only one process which happens in B2C.
B2B process or B2B activity where there will be cross pollination of the ideas, concepts, stories, books from various languages in India as well as abroad. And we are trying to get good literature from one language to another language. And that's why we have conceived this New Delhi Rights Table 2025. And I'm happy in welcoming you all over here. Now, we are of the opinion that when there is such a large book fair, there should be a trade also possible in this book fair. So we are slowly increasing the number of days and number of meetings of transferring the rights in this book fair. And all of you are aware that rights is a process of transferring the copyrights from author to any other body or any other party. And that's why we are here. So I'm sure that this particular 2 days New Delhi Rights Table will definitely seed new ideas, new ventures, new collaborations between publishers within India, across the India, across the international publishers. And I am hopeful that many good transfer of rights will come up through these 2 days New Delhi Rights Table, and the readers by and large across the world will get benefited of reading good quality literature from one country into another country in their own language. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We have a special guest here, Mr. Dmitry Selin. He's the historian, political scientist, graduate of Moscow State Pedagogical University and National Research University, Higher School of Economics, and head of the International Relations Department of the publishing house Russian Language Courses. And he's also author of works on history and education. I welcome Mr. Selin for his remarks here. Thank you.
Thank you for invitation. I'm glad to visit again, and I'm glad because I like India. It's our good partners, and I visit book fairs every year. Uh, every year, and I'm glad to come back. Dear colleagues, I would like to say about the work of our publishing house in Asian countries and in India. Our publishing house specializes in production textbooks and manuals for children and adults who study Russian as a foreign language. One of the most important tasks for us to promote the Russian language all over the world, especially in Asia, where Russia main trading partners are currently concentrated and where new permission relationships are being built in various spheres: culture, science, education. To solve these problems, the languages of the people of Asia are being taught in Russia, and the number of people wishing to learn Russian is increasing in Asian countries. Our books are presented in educational institutions of India, Iran, China, Turkey, Japan, Vietnam, Emirates, Central Asian countries. The important part of the process of learning the Russian language is the availability of quality educational literature, which produced by our publishing house, Russian language. One of the main tasks to find business partners who would agree to publish our books on a mutual beneficial basis. We have an opportunity to make delivery to different Asian countries, but there is a problem of availability of books for Russian language learners due to high cost, as delivery from Russian is expensive. And this increases the cost of production in the countries and makes it possible to provide a discount and set an acceptable price. An obvious conclusion arises. The book should be printed in the country of distribution and promoted by local publisher who knows the market of their country. Our publishing house solves this issue by signing a contract to grant the local publisher the rights to print the book, where the important condition is full compliance with the quality of the original version of the publication. As a rule, uh, publishing house concludes a contract in two languages, Russian and English, where both versions have the same legal force. Foreign partners are given the rights to the book and the terms of distribution and stipulated. The contract defines the period within which the publication must be printed. The license is transferred on a reimbursable basis for a term not exceeding 3 years, with the possibility of prolongation of the contract. The publishing house has agreements with all authors, according to which, for the period of cooperation, the publishing house has exclusive rights to the publication. Authors receive royalties from the amount of each new contract concluded by the publishing house on granting the right to print the book in this or that country. Our books can be adapted for students of a country with the involvement for its authors, but mutual settlements with them are made by the local publishing house. Our publishing house has a clear sales niche, which is determined by the availability of Russian language teaching centers, from language courses for children and adults to Russian language faculties and departments in universities. The demand for the published books abroad is determined by the quality of the products and the number of students studying Russian. We hope that in India and other Asian countries, the Russian language will gain more and more popularity, and there will be more and more people willing to buy the rights to our books. At the moment, Russia is among the top 10 most widely spoken language in the world. We hope good relations, especially in India. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Now, I would like to invite our director, Shri Yuraz Malik, for his summing up. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Very good morning. Our esteemed guest from Russia, Mr. Dmitry Slin, Chairman, Professor Marathi, Mr. Vikram, the project officer, my colleague, and my friends from the publishing fraternity. I welcome you all to New Delhi Rights Table. I'm sure you had a good time last 2 days, starting from the inauguration by Honorable President of India and some good sights along the book fair in various halls. The book fair has grown up almost 30% than what it was last year, and it is only possible if it has an organic growth. You cannot expand a book fair because you wish to expand it. It expands when its participants wants to. So I want to thank each one of you for participating and taking this industry ahead in its trade and outreach. The bigger part is how do we move ahead as professionals? That a literary part is one side, professional part is professional aspect is absolutely different. We as a business aspect, which we are talking here, we do have a moral role about content, quality, disseminations, cross-cultural integration and dissemination. But more than that, how do we, you know, create prosperity through the business? New Delhi Rights Table is a platform where we can offer content to each other. All those foreign participants who are here, I'm very happy that you're here. We have kept this zero rent policy for you for participation only because we want more and more people to come and integrate with our Indian publishing ecosystem. Similarly, all those Indian publishers who wants to take their content abroad are free to participate in all the NBT platform. For example, we do set up a Bharat Pavilion, India Pavilion in Frankfurt. Similar amenities are created. Any Indian publisher who wants to go and collaborate with your friends who are here, who participate in other international, because these select few professionals are same. 70% people are same, only 20-30% professionals change. So who we are meeting here, if you want to meet them again into like Sharjah, Frankfurt, London Book Fair, or Spain or Bologna, wherever NBT is setting up its pavilion, I would like to offer NBT platform, the India Pavilion, free of cost to all the publishers who are building on from this platform. So they can come, book their meeting, take our stall number, and use the amenities to further the meeting rather than taking their own space and booking your own space in different places. We also provide logistic support to all the Indian publishers who go with us, who participate with us, being on site to have these trade meetings and these trade business going ahead. Another important part is that India is a very diverse nation. Our strength is our diversity and especially the linguistic diversity. We should not restrict ourselves only to English and Hindi content, which is the primary content, the major languages. We do have 22 such languages in India, where more than a million speakers are there. What are the opportunities that we have? So if you want the content coming from other Indian languages to other, for example, from Tamil and Malayalam, there's a lot of content which goes out. Similarly, there's a rich repository in Marathi, Telugu, Bangla, Assamese. So we should explore beyond Hindi and English. That's how the content will travel faster and it will have bigger outreach. If any foreign publisher want any support in that, we publish in more than 75 languages and dialects. National Book Trust of India is a nodal agency for publishing in this country. So we are happy to extend our expertise, our platform. If you come to our regional book fair, especially the bigger one which we have in the state capitals, we will be happy to accommodate your request to have such kind of meeting. Suppose somebody wants good content from Marathi to Spanish or German or Arabic or Tamil, in that or singly, we will be happy to arrange your meeting with the leading Marathi publishers in Pune Book Fair. Then you can think of visiting. Somebody who wants to have good content from Odia to other Southeastern languages, that also we are going to offer. Similarly, somebody wants to do it from Bangla, we have our setup in West Bengal also. So it will be easier for us to bring those regional publishers directly in contact with the global community and global community directly back into the Indian ecosystem. Another important aspect I want to share with you is that we do have the translation grant with us. Anybody who wants to utilize them for furtherance of this publishing ecosystem can apply for it. And in the current financial year, we will be releasing that. All those who want, they can write to us, they can email to us, they can send their proposals, and those guidelines will be shared with them. Officially, also, after the book fair, we are going to upload them onto our website and social media platform. So that translation grant will be a great force multiplier to take this content. Another point which I would like to request is we have a national digital library platform. Although children books, like we have taken some children books last year from our Sri Lankan friends. So they are being published here. We have published. Similarly, we have taken some books from German and this year we have taken some books from Russians also. So children books are translated in bilingual format. And we offer multiple language framework into our school education system. So that way, the scope of bilingual children books is quite high. More than that, there's also a growing demand for a foreign language, which is the third language formula which we have. So we are free to choose the language we want, and many like French, Spanish, German, Arabic. So whosoever is picking up one foreign language on those school ecosystem, we have few thousand schools, so that also can be developed. We are in working in collaboration with these cultural centers of couple of the leading countries. Similarly, if other countries who are present here, they want to work with us through their cultural center or their cultural counselors, I will request them that they should write to their embassy, because in your absence, they are your representative. If your culture counselors, your education counselors, your cultural center directors, they outreach on your behalf, then there will be more exchange. More exchange means more trade. More trade means more knowledge dissemination. Another book, important point I think I must share with you is that we do have fellowship programs. All those people who are professional from the industry want to use this fellowship program for the furtherance of content and publishing. We are happy to welcome their applications. They can apply right to us. Their guidelines will also be uploaded after immediately after the book fair, and they can apply. And we'll be happy to support not only the Indian fellows who are going abroad. We will help them to connect with other ecosystem. We will be happy to bring fellows from outside country who wants to come and understand Indian publishing. So vice versa, we are working on that format also. And I assure you, from the current financial year, you can avail it and it will be done. All those publishers who feel they want to launch their books in India and Delhi especially, all those who wants to bring their writers to India for a tour program, all those who want a literary action program through authors, writers, illustrators, I request you and appeal you, when you come back, don't come alone. Try to get more people who are eminent. We may not have access to them. You may have in your country. Suggest them, send their profile to us. Every country should send at least one or two leading author, one or two leading illustrator, one or two leading translator, one or two leading poet. So every country, if we get 5 to 6 people, Delhi logistics we will be able to take care, which includes your stay, your transport, your food, your hospitality. But the point is, unless and until we move with the ecosystem, our voices will be very silent. But if we come with the ecosystem, we will be able to leave an impact, and the speed that we are expecting for each one of us. Again, that's a good sign. So my point is, when such things happen, we get these people to become our brand ambassadors. And this is the only industry, again, I repeat my last morning words. This is the only industry which will grow when everyone grows. Because we are not here to eat each other's pie. We are here to create pie for each other. That is the beauty of this industry, because knowledge is an indefinite ocean. It's an indefinite scope where you can produce, create anything, and still there will be demand for this, which you can see when you go downstairs, you can't walk with the crowd. Then you can say, you feel there's a decline in the reading habits? Anyone agree with that after walking here? Anyone? Now, is there anyone who has reduced the number of stalls they booked in the previous year and this year? Anyone? Even one person? Not even one. 50% of the people have grown 3 times. The data is with me if you want to see it. 50% of the participants have increased their participation 3 times of the stall. 40% has increased almost 70%. And almost everyone has increased 1.25, one odd stall, two stall, and there is no one in my database who has reduced the size of the stall. So what does that mean? There's a market. If there's a market, there's a demand. If there's a demand, they need us. How do we fill this demand supply gap of knowledge? That we have to contemplate and work it out here. I it mentioned again yesterday, we have opened, I met gentlemen, those who wants to start the literature festivals, National Book Trust will work as an anchor agency for them to guide them, groom them. You may not have 30 speakers coming for 3 days with a big paraphernalia. We can tie up with a good bookstore in CP. We can tie up with a good bookstore in any shopping mall. NBT can offer auditorium with a capacity of 200 to you to release your books free of cost. Please use this facility in Delhi. If you have a capacity of up to 200 people, entire logistic will be ready at a notice of 15 minutes. I repeat my words and I mean it. Within a notice of 15 minutes, we can make your logistics ready to organize a book release function. So that is the kind of setup we have in posh area in Delhi in Vasant Kunj with adequate parking facilities. We will be happy to encourage authors, writers, publishers, booksellers, anybody from the publishing to take one step ahead, and National Book Trust as a nodal agency will take three steps ahead. You tell one thing, I will do three things. So that's how we are here as a nodal agency to encourage the trade, the trade, to promote the publishing, bring all stakeholders on one platform. And New Delhi Rights Table is such platform where we request you to bring more and more people who can exchange and communicate. Don't come alone, come as a delegation. We'll be happy to help you and support you. Last but not the least, fair other than Delhi in southern part of the country. Very soon we will be announcing that will be on the same scale with same infrastructure and in better outlook, where we are also thinking to set up similar kind of corner where you can deposit your book with a small synopsis of 1 or 2 page and one person contact number, where we can take your book to OTT, where we can take your book to screen. If you have those books with you and you feel there's appetite in that book, there's appetite in that story that can turn silver screen, we are going to use that platform from book to screen, screen to book, that you can submit here also. And when we have the repository, we will have a big round table on that, and we'll bring top leading producers, directors, actors, and we will exchange those synopses. And when we find something, we will be able to connect you to take your content on screen. This is what we are working now. So that also you can explore. Without taking much of time, I have crossed my brief. Sorry, I have bored you a bit, but that's what initially literature looked like it's boring, but as you get into it, it becomes interesting. Thank you so much and wish you a great trade opportunity and a great New Delhi World Book Fair. My office is in Hall 5. Anyone who has my project officers are here. We are here to address your issues, your grievances, your new requirements. And I'll be happy if you have an enriching New Delhi World Book Fair 2025. Next year, I hope to see you on the same platform with bigger participation and outreach. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. So whenever this issue of reading habit comes, I'm always reminded one of the topmost literatures who is no more, Mr. Bhishma Sani. He came to one of our sessions and he says that if there, as long as there are going to be children, there will be books. And if there is a crisis in book industry, then it won't be a crisis of the book industry; it will be a crisis of society. So, with these words, I would like to thank all of you for joining us, and it's especially our special guest, Mr. Dimitri Cellini. And I also express my gratitude to our chairperson and to our director for guiding us through. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful talk, and of course, I got various ideas and proposals for this. We're here with the president of a newspaper, right? Where this is life. This is all because of I think it was all by chance, like I'm there. No, that's the life, you know. It's not by chance. It's your 20, 30 year of hard experience that you reached to this level. Had you not been in at this level with the embassy, you would not have been standing. There would have been some other entrepreneur. Right. So don't take it lightly. Nothing comes free. Thank you. It's very great. I'm looking forward to participating in the Shin Book Fair. Yeah, yeah. We are coming like for 4, 5 years. Great. Regular hearing this. On sixth, your speaker is coming to us. That is for the sixth, you have the PK getting higher written a poetry. Welcome. Six, sir. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be I'll just go ahead. I reached. My bad. Sure. It's so very complicated. This way. So, what I programming on Shasha.